Welcome back to EVP Drama with me, Milana Laveau. And this is the second portion. In the teaser, I did uncover that someone was thinking about death before they passed. So it wasn't so much their life going before their eyes, so to speak. They were very, very concerned about the death that they faced when it came to the typhoon that they experienced. And that's just looking backwards with the tarot. Another person, the things that entered their minds before they crossed was likely to have been all the ideas that they had that they embarked upon or didn't even react to or didn't even put into motion that um, they were leaving behind, knowing that they hadn't implemented certain ideas or that they hadn't come to fruition yet. And that's what was coming through with someone. That's what they were thinking before they crossed. Other people, like another person, where their life was before they experienced the typhoon here most recently, the 10th of the season. They have been through a disappointment in love. They felt brokenhearted. So they already felt down on their luck and really just down in general. Another person before they went through the typhoon. What was going on within their life as far as what was going on in the person's life, they were having anxiety in general. So they had a bad feeling that something was coming. And I'm feeling that someone did look forwards to the hope of something better within the afterlife, and it's coming in as being something that they didn't have to plan. They feel like when they're headed towards an afterlife, they feel that things would go more according to plan than they did here on earth for them. Some of the people that were left behind after um, the deceased crossed over during the typhoon, some of the signs that were left behind. There were water signs left behind: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There were fire signs left behind: Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. There was a Gemini, or someone's lover was taken, and is now dead. There was a Leo who was left behind. Someone left behind a Leo, and they died in the typhoon. Someone left behind a Libra, and someone also left behind a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So that's the fire sign coming up again. So it's possibly another fire sign that was left behind. And how are some of the people dealing? Someone is very tempted, having a lot of temptations to be destructive since they lost someone in the typhoon. Someone is very critical, very judgmental of life. They're as well as someone's spirit guides. Someone's feeling like they want to they are harshly judging everything, a lot of things, a lot of different things that are going on because they're feeling bitter over the typhoon and the wake of destruction, the stuff that came through in the tower. Someone their whole life feels like it's gone down the drain, it's all crumbled apart, and luck has been really, really tragic, really awful. And another person is being faced with some sort of choice after. Let's see what the choice has to do with after the typhoon. One choice that they are really agonizing about, and it's possibly moving, like moving somewhere else. They were already been displaced, and they're wondering about moving someplace else, and it's a more violent town, a more violent city, or either they're facing violence and they want to know, they're agonizing over moving, just leaving it all behind. Let's see what the pros and cons are when it comes to this person who is facing this moving. Well, they may be leaving behind memories, or they may be wanting to go back to a place of memories for some type of comfort, to feel, even if things have changed, for things to feel different. And then they feel like they missed this opportunity at a more wonderful existence, a more wonderful life with people who died in the typhoon, or with the way things were picking up and going before the typhoon. And let's see any advice. The advice card. It's just to gather together with other people who have various skills, and find something that really attracts you about various skill sets, and just indulge in learning about something new and interacting with people who do that, and things are gonna feel get a little bit better for you. You'll feel more like you belonged, since you felt uprooted, and you were in fact uprooted, and you didn't feel like you have belonged anywhere except for where the typhoon hit. But there is hope in finding a new position through training and interacting with others, and you'll feel like you belong again at some point with people of your choosing. And now, for any advice that wants to that from anyone who would like to come through in regards to the typhoon, would anyone like to come through? Any advice for anyone remaining? Any advice for people who go through or face any typhoons in the future? A male voice just came through. Any advice for anyone who was left behind? The survivors? Or any comments in regards to survivors? Or family members, friends? I heard another, just somebody's voice. That sounded like a whole sentence. Somebody sounded rather feisty there. Well, thanks for joining me for this extended EBP session and tarot reading about the most recent crushing typhoon, Ulysses, it's called, Valco, which the Philippines experienced on a very devastating front during this year, 2020. And hopefully, this can help to bring some closure that many people may be seeking after all of the deaths that occurred as a result of the typhoon. Maybe this can help in the healing process and really comprehending and taking on everything all of the trials associated with this occurrence, this natural disaster, even during times of pandemic. Until next time.